Hello and welcome to Grice's Workbench. Today, this will be a quick episode. I'm going to make two new cables for my Commodore 64. The first one I'm going to make is this. This is an IEC Serial cable to connect the Commodore 64 to an external floppy disk drive. And well, that's just a standard one-to-one cable with 6 pins and a 6-pin DIN plug at both ends. The DIN plug I use is that one. That's from Hirschmann Belden. That's MAS 60 or MAS 60, and with this pin configuration. Pretty standard, nothing special. And the second cable I'm trying to make is that one. That's an S-video cable. I will use two ready-made cables, a ready-made S-video cable and a ready-made audio cable. I will cut the ends off and solder them to an 8-pin DIN connector. Jan Beta has an awesome video about this. I put the link down in the description. You should check it out. Yeah, it's a bit complicated. You need not need, but it's advised to use a resistor here because the amplitude of the chroma from the Commodore 64 is too high. And the audio input, there's I say you should pull the audio input to ground. It will reduce the noise in the sound system. We'll see. And the connector for that one, I'm going to use also a Belden Hirschmann MAS 80S. The S is very important here because there are two versions of this connector. Zoom in. Yep. There are two versions of this connector. One is a more circular arrangement, which won't fit in the Commodore 64, and one is this more like horseshoe arrangement. This is the one we're going to need for this cable. Okay, we'll say we go to the bench and solder the cables together and see if something catches fire along the way. And all the schematics, like that one and the bomb, which parts are used, is down in the description below. Somewhere there will be a link if I ever figure that YouTube thing out. Okay, the first thing we need to do is get connected out. And what I like to do is always put the sleeves on first, otherwise I always forget them. That's annoying. Okay. Now we open one of the connectors up and we'll measure the length, how long we have to strip down the outer insulation. It's not that precise, but its length. Take a knife. And cut around like so. Then pull back the shield like so. And then there's a plastic sleeve on the inside, which is always annoying to get off. Come on, you bastard. And sometimes, like in this cable, there is always a thread in the middle, or a nylon thread, which we'll cut off. Okay, and after that we need to strip down the ends of the wires. You could either use a side cutter. So I always nibble around once and then pull the insulation off. Or if you have it, wire stripper. and remove installation of all the wires. Like so. And then straighten the ends so no strains stand out. Okay, now we have to pre-tin the ends. You could either use a third hand and pre-tin with iron. I like to do it laying the iron flat on the table, just like so. Put something on there so it doesn't move, and then pre-tin it that way. Okay, if you have a cheaper cable or keep a cable on there too long, the insulation might shrink back a little bit. Just cut the excess off. Yeah, you only need 1 or 2 millimeters of wire at the end. Now I'll take the plastic insert of the shell, which is stuck as always. Get out of there, you bastard. What the hell? Get out of there. What the hell is going on? That's embarrassing. What the... What's up? Get out of there. Now we get it out. What a bastard. Okay. So, get you in a bit closer. Now, there are 2 ways to solder those wires in. The first one would be, and I think the preferred method, we fill up the solder cup with solder. Yep. Got a wire. And simply put it in, keep it there for 1 or 2 seconds, and we're done. Let me show you again. Fill it up. What's the next? Green. I shouldn't drink that much coffee. I'm shaking all over the place and you can't see anything. Awesome. So yep, just like so. Next method, which you might have to use if wires are very thick, and you can get it in. You put it in beforehand, and there's a, well, where is it? A tiny hole at the bottom of it. I wouldn't do this. It's always annoying to do. And then you heat it up, and then you feed solder from the bottom. Yep. That also works. And then you simply do the rest. Just the same thing. Okay, these are all the wires soldered to connector. A bit. Now we need the bottom half of the shell. Put it back into the slot. Then we have to clamp down the strain relief. Oh, where is it? Simply use some pliers and bend it. Like so. Pull test. That one failed. Have to bend it more. And more. Awesome. We simply cut off the excess shielding. Okay. Then we put on the upper half. I should do it the right way. Okay, and then put on the sleeve. There's a little latch which has to go into the sleeve. Then it's done. Then we put on the other side. Okay, now comes the really annoying part. Here we got our cables. That's our S-video cable. That's our audio cable. I already cut both ends off. Don't need that. And that's our connector. And open it up. And annoyingly, the sleeve is not big enough for both of the cables. Well, not. We have to persuade him to get both cables in. What I do is I'll get some grease. Put some inside the connector, inside the sleeve, and put some on the cable. Like so. Was on that one. Blah. Yep. Where's that? Now all that's left to do is persuade both cables into the sleeve. Well, that would be interesting. Come on, you bastard. Ha! Got it. Well, that's annoying. What a bastard. Okay, and we'll connect it up the same way as the other ones, just with lots of more connectors. Ugh. Okay, let's try the cables out. Yeah. Power on the floppy disk drive and the Commodore 64. Come on. Piece of shit capture card. I use this cheap Logilink. Don't buy it. It's a piece of Come on. There it is. Yeah. Can't make it bigger than this small window. Yeah. Okay, let's try to load a program from disk. And it's crashed already. Oh, damn it. Let's try again. Okay. Okay, it's loading. The data IEC cable works. Awesome. Let's see if there's sound. Tuck, 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 tuck. Oh, works. Awesome. Okay. I have to get a new capture card. That one sucks. I hope you liked the episode, and maybe we'll see us in the future. See ya.